because it's labeled as a non-profit organization. You know what kind of business it is?
A church?
No, it's a car wash.
Yo.
That's
Yo.
alleged, according to O'Shea.
Also breaking tonight, one of the most chaotic meetings in Dalton that we've seen yet. Police had to stop it from getting physical.
Let's get right to political reporter Paris Schutz and the showdown between Lori Lightfoot and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Paris.
Dawn and Scott, that showdown is continuing outside of Dalton Village Hall. Trustees voted 4-2 to override Mayor Henyard's veto and reinstate Mayor Lori Lightfoot's investigation into Henyard's spending into that 2023 trip to Las Vegas. And as you mentioned, soon after that vote, things just broke down into utter chaos. Multiple sides shouting obscenities at each other. Cops had to step in and break it up. This is right after Henyard and her allies tried to block Lightfoot from getting up and making some brief remarks. Eventually, Lightfoot got her mic turned on, and here's a little bit of what she had to say.
What I'm saying is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton. We are not resting on that.
What's a mayor too? You should not even be disrespectful like that.
Want to stop us.
That's sad.
Destruct our ability to get to the facts.
2 weeks.
So, FBI subpoenas Tiffany Henyard.
So what?
Subpoena.
But what is it in plural? Oh.
Come on, come on, come on. Give me a
You just-
break. Trust me.
I'm just so.
Hey, man.
I'm just being a bit silly. I'm just being a bit silly.
Yeah, I know you're being silly. So basically, they are looking into the corruption accusations. Something we started saying is from the beginning when we start covering Tiffany and her gang.
Gang.
Yes, well, gang, they're gonna lock up the whole gang now. We start saying it. FBI's are watching. The feds are watching. The feds always watch. They let you cook until you burn down the kitchen, and she's burning down the kitchen right now.
Yeah.
A couple of affiliates of her are being indicted right now for corruption. There is this guy who is currently I think he's being accused of money laundering. I think it's something you gotta ask yourself, dude, why would you do this? I think he was getting some salary from one state or another county or something like that, and he was only reporting one of his income. The other one he wasn't reporting. So instead of, let's say, reporting that you're making 200,000 a year, he's reporting 100,000 a year. So that's not very smart, because I mean people find out real easily. This is like trying to steal. This is low class stealing. This is pickpocketing kind of level. This is like the level of brain these people have. Anyway, RJ.
Yeah, there are like tax codes, right? And tax agreements between various jurisdictions that they share these informations, not only internal, so like countries internally in different states, but also so between countries, between continents. So it's always like the short-term thinking, like, hey, if I don't do it, if I don't report it, then they won't know. As if we're far beyond. This is 2024. If people can walk around with goggles doing type of weird things, then they can share tax information. So it's very petty, very, dare I say, dumb way to go out.
It is. And again, I'll say this: O'Shea has also been covering this. There are some parts of this topic we want to cover it a bit more, but we don't have enough time. Maybe we'll cover it next show. Not this show, but next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy, and I think her time is coming. It's just a matter of time, and they're building the case right now, and we'll see, man. We'll see. It's all I'll say is doesn't look very good for her. Also, looking at the other allegations she's having about sleeping with the married entrepreneur and all that other stuff.
Wait. I think I blacked out for a minute. I thought we were talking about Tiffany Henyard.
Yes,
or you're talking about Fannie Willis.
No, they are the same people. No,
Oh, okay.
it's the same. It's the same stuff. It's the same. What the difference is the entrepreneur is getting a good deal. And apparently, he's clapping the cheeks right.
I don't want to ask you how you know this, man.
I don't know this. That's what I heard. Because the deal structure is pretty good for him. He doesn't pay. So for one of his businesses, he doesn't have to pay taxes because it's labeled as a non-profit organization. You know what kind of business it is?
A church?
No, it's a car wash.
Yo.
That's alleged, according to O'Shea.
Yo.
It's crazy. What are we doing over here? What are we doing?
Well, technically speaking, you can have a non-profit car wash. I would guess that the management fees are very high, though.
Law firms drops out of Dalton case as our mayor. We've been talking about her for a long time. Tiffany Henyard, as her suits are piling up, a law firm representing her has decided to stop defending her in court. When they asked them why, it's because there ain't no money no more. RJ.
Hey, man, who was he paying for these apologies? With whose money was she paying the lawyer? Because it's being alleged that she's using money of the people to pay for everything.
Yes.
So it's probably money. And we know that Dalton is, I think, is over the budget.
$2 million already.
So hey. Now, if Tiffany, I was gonna say Haddish, but it's Henyard. It's like Tiffany Haddish, then she probably doesn't have money to pay. I think that the money thing is the easy thing to say. On the other hand, you don't want to be associated with a woman like that either, with a reputation like that either. Because when you get in front of the judge and all evidence is pointed against your client,
yeah, lawyers don't like to lose, right?
lawyers don't like to lose. Now, I don't know if I have to say it, but I will. Some lawyers have a philosophy. The philosophy is that when the case is won, they won the case. If the case is lost, the client lost the case.
Well,
or
let's be honest.
Or the judge lost the case or made them lose the case because the judge was wrong. It's never the lawyer.
Never the lawyer. At the end of the day, I don't think lawyers actually they can't lose because they're getting paid to lose.
Well, in this case, they're not getting paid currently.
Well, in
But-
this case, they weren't getting paid. Yeah, that is right. That is right. So I guess in
But
this
I'll tell you-
case,
but I'll tell you one thing, KR, about so me as a lawyer, I don't like. There are lawyers that can go with a losing case to court, plea, walk out as if nothing happened. I'm not one of those lawyers. So if my client has like a bad legal position and I still have to go to court, it's not like a situation you want to be in. Because I feel like I can. It doesn't feel right that to get money, to receive money from my client while knowing that the client has a bad case. But if the client knows that, if I told the client and the client wants me to go anyway, it's like I don't. So I take the money. Of course, I'm gonna charge. I'm not gonna refuse the money. But it's still for maybe it's an ego thing, but you don't want to go to court and lose. But some lawyers don't have that. They're like, you pay me, I'll go. You want to spend money, then I'll go. No problem. That's just me.
anything
KR.
else you want to say towards other
Yeah.
lawyers?
It's not towards other lawyers. It's just like a remark. It's just like a remark. For example, another thing is that because I understand some clients want to go to court. Some clients don't believe you. They want to go to court. They say, you know what? For example, if you're in a negotiation, so I'm negotiating with you. You and I have beef. Some people say, you know what? I'd rather go to court, let the judge tell me I need to pay KR, than try to reach an agreement. So you have that as well. That's all for now.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that part and put the ether beat below it and drop it as a clip. Guys, watch that out. And I'm not talking. That's why I wanted to bait him into saying some crazier stuff about all other lawyers, but I guess he doesn't want to.
They're my colleagues, man. These are my colleagues. These are my colleagues.
Well. So, do you remember last time we talked about Tiffany
I do.
and
yeah.
Lori? We said
Lori
Lori
Lightfoot, yeah.
would start a probe into the finances. So yeah, Lori was supposed to start a probe into the finances of Tiffany Henyard, also known as the worst mayor of America, aka the City Girl Mayor. Last show we talked about the situation, and I said back then that there will be nothing found in this case. Chances are, well, I guess we'll never know, because she vetoed this probe and threw it into the trash can. RJ.
Yeah. This is no, let me put it like this. I heard a lot of things about Chirac, right? Chicago. When I was younger, listening to music, and I was like, I don't want to go there because, I mean, it seems like the whole state is infested with firearm wars. But I don't think that's the biggest threat to the state. Tiffany Henyard might be worse than Chirac. He vetoes the finance probe by Lori Lightfoot. Why would you do it if there are already suspicions that you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing?
It's a good question.
And how is it? This is maybe more of a constitutional structure question, but how is it possible that she can veto it? And why did she veto it? What grounds did she use?
Well, I can read. I have a transcript I have of that situation. So this is what they're saying. Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dallas, erupted in a furious rant on Monday evening as she shut down the probe, telling her colleagues at the city council meeting, guess what she said? How dare you?
I'm black.
No, see, that's one thing she didn't say. She said
Okay,
the following. This time she didn't use that. You know it's a veto power. So how dare you think you can come into someone's town and do work? There is a right way to do things, and this is not just that. Lightfoot will not be paid for her services. Yeah.
But she will do it though.
Well, she vetoed not being paid, so I guess the only one who is allowed to get paid in Dalton is Miss Henyard.
Yeah. Well, what I think can happen.
She also blocked anyone who's replacing her in the other job to get the same salary as her.
Yeah. It's
So
crazy,
if you're
right?
doing, if for that, I can't recall which of the two roles it is. It's either the mayor or the head of the city council. But one of the two, if she's sitting there, she will earn 100,000. If she's not the sitting person leading this group, the person who's following her will earn 50,000. So half of it. That's kind of crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy, but yeah.
I mean, we can do a Sun Tzu on that, right?
Can do a full Sun Tzu. But the only thing that happens is at the end she'll do seppuku. So seppuku.
What I think though is that at least it wouldn't surprise me if Lori Lightfoot gets financed by other instances that want this to end. So okay, city, you don't want to pay her? Don't worry, we'll take care of it, and maybe we'll finance her more now, give her more money and resources to work with, so that we'll be sure that at the end of your tenure, you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand. I mean, they want to get her out. They're trying everything. She also has the subpoenas from the FBI.
Okay. Who asked him? Lori.
She received no. She received the
subpoena. Okay. Yeah, that's how it starts.
Tiffany, it's already starting. The fall is already on its way. So whether she stops this or not, I don't think it's gonna make any difference. It's not gonna make any difference. She's out of here. It's just a matter of time.